Welcome to the Union Square Holiday Market. It is December 2021 and we are going to explore this beautiful holiday market, which is actually one of my favorites here in New York City, and then it's right adjacent to the farmers market. So we're going to stroll around, just enjoy the sights and have a few bites. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and let me know where you're watching from. So we're going to walk around the Union Square Holiday Market, which is run by Urban Space, which is a series of like food courts and event spaces like these. Hello George, hello Alex, hello Ethan, nice to see you here. So interestingly enough, these are very expensive to maintain, to rent out each of these stores for the holiday markets. They're in high demand, but ironically there's a whole lot of vendors also in the perimeter of the park. Hey Tara, nice to see you here. Looks like a crisp, dry day as it is in Ireland. Oh, I'm glad it's dry in Ireland. Hey Akis from Mykonos. Wendy watching from the sofa. Oh, so cool. It's awesome. Lots of things over here, around here. I think this is one of the coolest stores right over here. There's these puppets. George says, don't forget the donuts. You know, I don't think there's a apple cider donuts, but I've never been too much of a fan because they slam it with a bunch of cinnamon and it's a bit too intense. Otherwise, there's not really that many donut options here, but let's see. But lots of jewelry, lots of gifts that you can give last minute. Oh, I love this La Frida Kahlo stuff. Hey Sarah, can you go into Rockefeller Center tonight? No, I'm not doing any live stream tonight, but I'm sure one of the New York City live streamers will be live. Check out my friend New York City for All, Kiara. She doesn't do live per se, but she'll be covering in video and photos, definitely. So here's the Union Square stop right now. Wow.
Yeah, so they carry my bread. Like Friday, they'll get a delivery.
There's a stand just for challah. $12 challah. Wendy says, "What are you buying us?" We'll be fine. Probably buying food.
You heard me?
Hey Matt, nice to see you here. Welcome.
I never took anything from mommy. She gets a house and a trailer.
Rosemary says, I would love a hot chocolate on this cold day. Susu says, love these little Christmas Xmas villages. They're very pretty. Yeah, a lot of great jewelry options. Buy fancy notebooks, wood watches, some custom art, which is nice. Beautiful scarf collection here. Huh. Wendy says, I'll have a hot dog, please. Yeah, you know, there's one place that is selling bratwurst. So not quite a New York City hot dog, but it's selling a German, the original German ancestor of the hot dog. Here's the Truffliest, where I tried the $35 truffle sandwich recently. More beautiful scarves. Jimmy says, what's on the menu? Let's go see. Beautiful toe pegs, right there. So let's go see. It's huge. 150 shops, give or take. There's a new sign over here. What is this? The only right thing, the only other thing is nothing. Says the sign. Hey, SVL, it's nice to see you here. Welcome, Athena. S. Bodhi says, oh my God, December. Indeed it is December. There's a great song called Horchata by Vampire Weekend, where the song starts, I forgot the exact line, but it's something along the lines of waking up in 1st of December, something along those lines. It's a great song. Check out Horchata. It celebrates the 1st of December in New York City. Janina says Chief Wiggum is on his way. Indeed he is. Ooh, all wood things. That's so cool. Hey Bella, welcome. All right, let's check out the food portion, which I think is the most important portion. You know, gifts you can have anytime, but food lasts for only a few seconds and then it's gone and then you forget about it. But food is important. So there are these things I never tried called OK Dog. Let's try them out. Okay, so 5 minutes. We're gonna wait for a hot dog, but served breaded. It's gonna be very weird. I never tried it before. It's all the rage in Lower East Side. There's a place that gets packed with a lot of people. As I wait for it, I'll show you around. Here's Bao Tea House. Now, Bao Tea House has the best bows, in my opinion, in New York City. And I'm so glad that they opened up an extension up here. These guys are really, really good. Now, one thing you should know, some of these shops already exist in New York City and they have brick and mortar stores or restaurants. They're charging about double in a lot of these places. So keep that in mind. If you want to try places like Bauhaus and don't want to spend too much money, you can go to the original location right by Washington Square Park. I'm gonna show you more around. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Yes. No, no sugar. Was that the hot dog? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'll have ketchup and some mustard, and that's it. Mustard. Regular mustard. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much.
Might just be a little red dot.
Excuse me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have two competing hot dogs. We have a Korean style hot dog and a classic German style hot dog in New York City. Not anything remotely New Yorker right here. So it was $9 for the Korean right here, the breaded one, more like a corn dog. And then we have about $8.70 something for the German one. So the Korean one is breaded, it's inside. So we can wait a few seconds. Let's try this one first. The little German flag right over here. Look at that. The music, for some reason the app just stops playing the music after a while. Kind of sucks. So I was trying to avoid copyright, but couldn't. How expensive? $8.70 for this hot dog. So we have a huge bratwurst, some sauerkraut, and some mustard. So the skin is a bit too thick. At first I liked it. Good enough bread, though I can tell that the bread is a bit bold. But oh my god. So the hot dogs are supposed to snap. So you're supposed to have a little bit of a crunchy exterior to it. But this one is way too rough. Way too rough. Ooh. Oh, that is bad. Show it to you. Ooh. Look at that. Oh no. That's just terrible. I'm not sure if this one's bad. Too much skin. Oh. Let me know if that is normal for German bratwurst. I've tried other bratwurst before. Nowhere near as much skin as this one. That's terrible. I have one more bite, but this is something I would not finish. Oh no. This was way too much skin. Oh my god.
No, it's not.
Bruce says it's overcooked. Yeah. Oh. Thumbs down. That is a terrible. It's hard to mess up a hot dog. That is a terrible hot dog. And let's try this one. This is the Korean style hot dog, which is now all the rage. It's basically a corn dog. They just call it Korean style. Let's try it out. With some ketchup and basic mustard on it. They had like a cheese mustard, which is very odd. Let's try it out. Oh my god. That's way better. Oh, that is way better. So the hot dog itself is really good actually. Has a perfect amount of snap. I love the breading. They're using panko breadcrumbs. So way better than American corn dog in my opinion. Very crunchy. And then they have this soft thing inside. I'm not sure if that's more breading. Almost tastes like a mashed potato in a good way. So it's a very kind of big thing. And it's juicy hot dog. Perfect amount of condiment so it doesn't kind of overwhelm you, and nor it's too messy. And it holds up well. I'm just dangling this around, it's still holding up. So made with the panko, oh, that has a good touch. Let's try it. Oh yeah. The hot dog is a proper hot dog. And I like the spin of the entire Korean style corn dog thing. It's really cool. But great hot dog that they made. Fail says, so thumbs up on the Korean one? Thumbs up on the Korean one. Try the Korean one if you're coming to the holiday market. Skip out on that bratwurst. Is one of the worst hot dogs I've ever tried in my life. Is terrible. I've tried many hot dogs in my life, but this one is just way overcooked. But this one is really good. Susie, you asked, you're happy chappy now. Indeed I am. Macaulay says, is it still hot? It is, yeah. It holds up the warmth pretty well. I think you should try German sausage here in Germany. I've tried very good German sausage before in many other places. Here in New York City, we have a few great places. This is exceptionally bad, the German one. But I can't wait to go to Germany and try real good sausage. And I heard the bread there is really good as well. It's good that you started with the terrible one. I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, this is way better. All right, this is actually really good. I'm gonna have a few more bites. Macaulay says, on par with the meat pie incident. Yeah. I often don't try stuff that just repulses me. It's rare that happens to me. A few notable exceptions. But, yeah, this is terrible. Corn dogs are good, says Wayne. Yeah, this is a great spin on the corn dog. I'm not sure if the Koreans were inspired by corn dogs. I have a feeling they were. It's a great spin on it. I think in Japan they have similar hot dogs as well. Akis says, I have one Peter gyro for you. Cool, thank you so much. Good to eat them. Some entrepreneurial type should set up Strolling, a Scottish deep fried Snickers and Mars bar in the batter, says Gary. You know, that's also an American thing, Gary. Not just Scottish. In America here, we also do deep fried Oreos. Usually it's associated either with Italian Americans or Deep South, which is the southern part of the United States. And that's where they do those deep fried Oreos. I haven't seen them here, but I think there was one year where they did have them. There's a few great places in the city where they do have those. Picasso says, at IKEA, how much does a hot dog cost? I have no idea. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't even know if they sell hot dogs. I think IKEA is known for Swedish meatballs. Sounds like a good crunch in the hot dog. It is. It is a good crunch in the hot dog. Very good breading. If it were a classic kind of the American style or the Italian style type of breading, I probably would not like this too much. But the panko just adds that kick to it without being super greasy or too greasy. That's the problem with other types of breading. You deep fry them and they're just a grease fest. This one, ooh, perfect. Panajota says, I would love panko on that schnitzel. Have you done your Christmas shopping? I have done the Christmas shopping, Rosemary. We Scots pretty much like to deep fry everything, including pizza. That Korean hot dog had a similar taste profile to a Scotch egg. And I mean that as a compliment. I love Scotch eggs. You would love the original German bratwurst. I have no doubt in my mind, Thomas. No, this is a poor representation of the German bratwurst. All right, let's continue walking. Dwayne says, did you ever have deep fried ice cream? Well, here in New York City, it's actually reinvented deep fried ice cream. It's called the Bake Alaska. I've only tried it once in my life. It's no longer something super popular nowadays, though it's traditionally popular, so you'll see it in like old style restaurants. But beyond that, I've tried modern deep fried ice cream a few times. It's nice. It's nice. I've ironically tried it in British shops where they usually have them. But it is a New York thing. It was originally called Baked Alaska. Janina says, are you ready for Christmas? I am. Janina, thank you so much for tuning in. Faith says, hello, looking sharp as always. Oh, thank you so much, Faith. So that was the great battle of the hot dogs. There's some seating area here. But I can show you one more thing. And there's another seating area here. Just kind of not too many people know about. So if you're coming here for the holiday market and you're looking to eat something, but this is a bit too crowded for you because it is a bit too crowded, I can show you another seating area. However, let me know what you would like to see featured on this episode. We'll walk around. I'll show you a few of the shops of food. There's only a few more left. And maybe we'll have one more bite and then go to the farmer's market, walk around. The sound of disappointment in the trash, says Ron. Indeed. Yeah, thank God I had that Korean dog in replacement because, ooh. All right, so let me show you the spots. Here are the choices. We'll start from close to the Korean dog so you kind of know. There's bubble tea right over here. Athena says, nice to see people not wearing masks. Yeah, there's sweets here. There's the bao buns. One recommendation for the bao buns is this one, stroll bun, which is amazing deep fried fish. Kay says, I don't even think the rats would enjoy the hot dog. No, I don't think so either. I think they may skip out on it. Italian donuts. Oh, maybe that's what George was referring to. Veselka. Veselka is known for its pierogies, which are Eastern European dumplings. Now, of course, we're here, so they're going to sell it way more expensive than the restaurant, but they have the short rib pierogi, which in my opinion is the best pierogi. Speranzino says, I love your video. Oh, I'm so glad you do, Speranzino. There's arepas, Colombian arepas. Arepas are basically like corn patties with cheese. And then in some cases they make it into a sandwich like they do here. They make a arepa burger. Dr. Tachi, nice to see you here. And they also have hot dog. And these guys are actually my favorite stand in the holiday market. They've been here for many years. Highly recommend them. They're called Duck Season. And it is, they have poutine. They have duck fat burgers. What about a peek into the Guggenheim of Soho? Paul, Guggenheim is in Upper East Side. Is there a new one in Soho? And the very last food shop option here is Parmigiano Reggiano. They basically have cacio e pepe. Lots of people here. Cacio e pepe gnocchi, which is gnocchi is a little bit hard, but it's like a little potato pastas. All right, so I showed you all the options. Let me know what people vote for right now, or forever hold your peace. They're doing construction over here, which is nice. But let me know, what do you vote for? Hey, Manzani from South Africa. Tickets to New York for this December is paid for. Sad to see people not masking up. Nice interview with Ariel, Dr. Tachi, says Ludo. Ooh, I love that cheese, says Panajotis. I love pierogi, says Dwayne. Dwayne votes for pierogies. Wendy votes for fries, the poutine. Cyprian, I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Do remind me. Is saying piroshok. I don't know what piroshok is. Wendy says it's a 75-course meal. Erica votes for arepas. Try whatever you like best. After that hot dog, you deserve it. See the Italian food, how it compares to your recent journey. Yeah, I could try the Italian food. That sounds interesting. Indeed. Have some cake in the jar, says Susie. I didn't see cake in the jar this time around. And Dwayne says piroshiki is good. What is piroshiki? The Brooklyn fries look interesting. There's we do not talk anything about the pandemic here, so unless if you have questions directly related to the travel status or how it is going into places, do let me know. Otherwise, we do not talk about the news of anything related to pandemics, diseases, or the politics behind them. Dwayne votes for poutine. Quite fancy a bowl of soup, says Susie. You know, I've been wanting. I saw the episode of the soup guy from Seinfeld. I can't say his actual nickname, but the soup guy from Seinfeld, and it made me curious as to what is the best soup in New York City. I'll go for the bao, says Macaulay's. Poutine is too heavy, says Macaulay's. And Dwayne votes for poutine. All right, we'll get a few more votes in. And then I'll anything of Ukrainian cuisine. The salka is Ukrainian cuisine. So yes, they have pierogies, and they're Ukrainian. The V word is not allowed. I mean vegan. Vegan is allowed. I do like featuring vegan foods. Ron. I'm not vegan myself, but I love anything vegan, especially when it comes to pastries. Ooh, love trying vegan pastries. Watch today this episode of Seinfeld, says Werther. Oh yes, do watch that episode. All right, people have voted. What's can anyone let me know what's pierogi? What is that? Do let me know. A lot of people have said that. Do let me know what's pierogi. Are stuffed buns with cottage cheese. Yeah, they don't have that here. I wish they had that type of stuffed bun from Eastern Europe. Mater says I vote for a cronut. I cannot provide a cronut at this moment. I wish I could. Do they have any vegetarian foods? Kind of out of luck here. They have the pasta, which is vegetarian. Yeah, it has dairy, so it's not vegan, but it is vegetarian. Okay, let's try let's try two options. The duck fat burger, says Macaulay's. The burger is really good. It is really, really good. Okay, I'll show you the bows, I think. I'll show you pierogies and bows. Let's do that. Hey, I'll have a short rib pierogies, please. You want to
Але
order?
так само зі своїм сидиш, що знаєш, що і нагодоване буде, і доглянути.
To go. To go.
Робиш не віддаш. Oh, okay. To go, yeah. Yeah, that'll be nice.
No way.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
two for the pierogies.
Ну, два хочеш, так?
All right. So first things first, the salka, and let's try the battles. So boundless. Very yummy. Mine to go. Mine to go. Yeah, no. This no, I've been showing it for like years.
Oh, yeah. Yearly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good. There's some cool spots in the city to check out.
Oh, cool. Oh, you guys from New York or nearby?
Yeah, we're from New York.
From New York. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been to places I've featured?
I
want to check out the Edge and like Summit One.
Oh, cool.
I want to check those out at some point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which one do you like recommend out of the two?
Oh, that's a good question. People constantly ask that, but I think the Edge is the coolest one. Yeah, it just is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Plus, you got indoors and outdoors.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you check out. Did you check out the Bryant Park Village?
The Bryant Park Village, yes, I've seen it. I actually did a $35 sandwich there.
Oh, look,
the
wow.
the truffle cheesesteak one.
Oh, wow, that sounds great.
I do recommend that. It's
You
kind of
recommend
insane.
it?
Yeah.
I saw that they only give out like a certain number of those.
It's only about 20 until they run out of truffle. They do, yeah. When I went there, they ran out like at 11, which is crazy early.
11 a.m.
Yeah, that was like the last one to get it. Awesome. It was awesome meeting you guys. Have a good day. Yeah.
Have a great day.
Two different food items. And I will be taking you to a cool spot to sit down. It's a bit quieter, but it's also within the park perimeter. but we're gonna walk through the farmers market right now, so you get to see. Farmers market is open 4 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. It's a crazy amount of time, which is great because it's one of the best markets in New York City, in my opinion. Let's eat now, says Marcy. So that's the one challenge of doing food live videos, especially in crowded areas. It's you gotta wait, and then it's very awkward waiting and talking to the camera. That's why I like moving. I like moving videos or sitting down videos. Yeah, as you know, that's the one challenge. But I hope you enjoy the quiet moments. That's what live video is for. Otherwise, I could just do a vlog. But what's the fun in that? And then shout out to those group of 3 guys that said hello. That was nice of them. They were fans of the TikTok, and they were asking whether the Edge or the Summit was worth it. I recommended the Edge. I think it was a little bit more of a more interesting experience.
Run it out. Run it out.
Okay, the app is not working for me too well. Sometimes it plays the music, sometimes it doesn't. I did not realize the music was playing. But shout out to those guys who said hello. You did not. Oh, unfortunately, you did not hear the conversation. They were very nice. They were saying hello. They watched my TikToks and they were asking whether to visit Summit or to visit the Edge, and I recommended the Edge, which in my opinion is way better. And I think my audio should be on. Okay, yeah. And then, as I mentioned, that's the downside of doing food videos in markets. You gotta wait at the stalls. And it is a bit awkward waiting and filming and standing still in the crowded area. So that's why I usually don't talk to the camera during those parts. Otherwise, when I'm walking and talking, it's no big issue. All right, let's continue walking. So I have one more thing I would love to see. So lots of places all around here. Aloha, Rainer, nice to see you here. Welcome. Lots of bread bakeries. I actually brought a mango lassi that's made out of buffalo milk. And I'll point out the stand right over here, which is in my bag. I also have a sourdough bread, which I'll show you, from another stand that we just passed. But these guys are all buffalo milk, buffalo dairy. So no, not made from a cow, but made from a buffalo. And I'm so excited to try a buffalo milk mango lassi. Wendy says understandable. Hey Rainer, nice to see you here. Dwayne, did you have any Czech and Slovak food? I visited Czech Republic myself before starting Urbanist, so yes, I've tried Czech food. It's very similar to Ukrainian and Polish foods. There's a lot of overlap with those cuisines. So I think if you tried Polish, Ukrainian, you will try some of the staples of Czech food as well. I love to take a breath and smell all the roses here. Seriously jealous. Yeah, there's some great vendors for flowers and things like that. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. Valeria, por favor no escribe en todo mayúscula. Me lo agradezco. Gracias por viendo. So, huge market.
Run your goddamn supply chain and he doesn't know how.
So there is there's always interesting characters in New York City. So here in front of the Barnes and Nobles, right in front of what was for a short while freehold. I'm not sure if they'll ever open up again. There is a little seating area right over here. It's so nice. So plenty of seats. Also these raised tables as well, bars. So it's really cool. Dwayne says buffalo milk is great. I love buffalo mozzarella. I never tried a buffalo milk type of thing, but let's see if it's any good. Here it is. They sell it pretty frozen, so it keeps well when you bring it home. But here it is, mango lassi made out of buffalo milk. And because I love making egg sandwiches and avocado toast at home, I bought myself sourdough, which I started eating earlier. And it's really, really great sourdough. Basically all the bread shops here are really good quality. This one does it a little bit more thicker. So the thing that's more time sensitive here is the pierogies. The sourdough looks delicious. It actually really is. So the pierogies are time sensitive. Let's eat them first. Susu says you might grow horns with all that buffalo. So here in the US, buffalo, 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 buffalo is actually a sentence. You could research what it actually means. If anyone knows what buffalo, 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 buffalo means. Was freehold seasonal? I'm not sure. I think it was definitely open last summer, but it's no longer open. What is freehold? Freehold is like a cafe co-working space in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and then a nightclub by night, which is a very interesting combination of things. In Brooklyn. Here, I think it was mostly a cafe restaurant. Pierogies, oh yeah. Look at that, and they have the sweetened onions there in the bottom, the sour cream, 4 short rib pierogies. You can choose to either have them boiled or fried. Highly recommend trying them fried. Christine says, please take off your sunglasses. Christine, I only take off my sunglasses when there's a crime and we have to solve it. Cue the music. All right, let's try this out. Pierogies for the win. I love these guys. So I'm excited personally, but I want to show you a really good safe bet here for great food in the holiday market. Let's get this one that's covered in the sour cream. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. I'll show you the inside. I almost ate the entire thing. But they have this super soft, shredded short rib. Oh, it's not focusing well. Let me do it one act. Super soft, shredded short rib. Nicely stewed and slow cooked. Whoa, so good. Wendy says, now that's better. Alex says, ooh. Faith says, ooh, handsome guy. Alex says, coffee? I do want to try coffee. Let me know if you want to see a coffee. Coffee is naturally the very last portion of a meal like this. What is this called again? A pierogi. Pierogi. If anyone could write it down, the spelling on Facebook and on YouTube, so people can see it. pierogi. This is a short rib pierogi from Veselka. All right. Whoa. So I highly recommend the fried pierogies because you can have classic boiled pierogies anywhere. Pierogies are basically raviolis, basically dumplings. You can have dumplings and you can have raviolis, any Italian restaurant or any Chinese restaurant. But the fried ones, there's not that many people who make fried ones. Italy is very rare, as far as I know. China, I think, is pretty rare as well. Or Chinese cuisine here in the US is rare to find the fried dumpling. It's a bit more common in cuisine for Japan, which is the gyoza. Might be mispronouncing that. Or they have the one in, they have the fried pierogies. Try the fried it. Tried it fried. It's nice, it's juicy. It's something unique that you'll find here if you're not traveling to Japan or maybe to certain parts of Eastern Europe where this is a bit more commonplace. Ethan says, are you thinking about traveling? Yes, I will be traveling early 2022. I'm staying home for the holidays. All right. So the onions that they have are like sweet caramelized onions. It's a great combination with the sour cream. I usually don't like sour cream, but somehow the Ukrainians and other Eastern European countries do some excellent sour cream. So great combination. And sometimes they have like a jam with it, which I really like the jam as well. Pierogies are Polish. Vaneneki is Ukrainian Russian. They're the same thing. Essentially, they're the same thing. Here is a Ukrainian restaurant, but they're calling it pierogies for the sake of clarity. Same thing like dumpling. Dumpling is the English name, but there's probably the Cantonese name, there's the Mandarin name, there's probably the Wuhanese name. There's a bunch of probably very different names for dumplings. Oleg says, right. Chinese prefer to steam them. Yes. Sorry. But steamed and boiled. Steam and boil have very similar tastes. Texture. So, yeah. Yeah, Chinese, you're right. It's mostly steamed. You can tell it's like a smaller, lighter empanada, says S. Fields. It really is. It really is like a smaller, lighter empanada. You're right. It's similar to a samosa. Yeah, it is, Abt. Thank you so much for watching, Abt. Dwayne says, your mother's Polish, you're half Polish, half Ukrainian. And immigrant grandmother used to make 2 types of pierogies. One potato and cottage cheese, and the other one was sauerkraut and onion. Ooh, that sounds good. All right, last pierogi. I'll show you more of the cross section this time around. Okay, I'll show you the cross section. There we go, that's the meat. It's really stuffed to the brim with meat. I have to thank a Facebook viewer who's been watching for a very long time, Rocky. He's the one who actually forced me to try these, or persuaded me to try them, because during a live video, he ordered it to pick up. And we all voted whether I would actually pick it up. Rocky lives all the way in California, but he called from California to Veselka to pick up short rib pierogies. And this was almost this time last year. I think it was December last year. And oh my God, it was so delicious. So huge thanks to Rocky for introducing me to that. Wendy says, did he box it up to you? No, I picked it up while I was doing a live video in the East Village. S. Bodie says, what a legend. Indeed, yeah. What a legend indeed. Rainer left a super chat. Rainer, will you do a live stream tonight? Rainer, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Unfortunately, I can't go out tonight. I have work to do. So I won't be live streaming from the Rockefeller, but I recommend maybe checking out my friend Action Kid. He might be doing it. I bet New York City for All, my friend Kiara, probably will do something of it. So highly recommend checking those out. Kathy says, I think it's time for a haircut, Kathy. What? Kathy, you don't want me to have long Fabio looking hair? SPL says super secret project. I'll give you a hint. I interviewed Tim Gunn. If you're a fan of fashion reality shows, you'll know who that is. Tim Gunn. I interviewed him. It was really cool. All right, let's try the bow. Eyeball says, you're going to start doing a man bun with how long your hair is. My hair is not that long. But I have had a man bun before. Ashley says, Project Runaway. S. Fields, yes, I have. I interviewed Tim Gunn, and part of the freelance job I'm doing, which is the same one I've been working for, I'm making a fashion documentary for Rise New York. Sorry, my camera almost dropped. I'm doing a documentary for Rise New York, which is a huge kind of exhibition about how New York is so awesome and how it's grown to be such a big city that it is today. I will be making 1 out of 3 documentaries that will be featured prominently in that museum exhibition. One of them is made by Rick Burns, who's very famous for producing the documentaries made by Ken Burns, his brother. But Rick Burns also made his own iconic documentary about New York. He's doing one, and it's narrated by Jeff Goldblum, which is really cool. I can't wait to see that. A strong choice to have Jeff Goldblum narrate a short documentary. And then I'm not sure what the other one is. And then the other one will be my documentary featuring Tim Gunn, and I will be narrating it, as far as I know. I can't do any promises. There's still a few edit or two left, but I'll tell you once it's official. Something of me will be there, and there's a good chance you'll hear my voice too. And he was a lovely, lovely person to meet. Here is the soul bao bun. Look at that. Beautiful, fluffy bao bun. I love these Chinese bao buns. Very fluffy. Nicely breaded sole fish. S-O-L-E. That's sole. It's common fish you can find here a lot in the U.S., especially this area. A huge heaping of lettuce and pickles. It's a very, very nice and nice splattering of their own mayo. C. Ning Wang says, do you interview actors? No, I'm not an interviewer per se. I interview for documentaries or when I feature someone on my show. I am not a press interviewer like you would see in any type of like show like Entertainment Tonight or something like that. All right, let's try this out. The soul bun. It's very fishy, that's for sure. Super fishy. There it is. Nice chunk of the lettuce fell down. Nice chunk of fish. The new year is next month, says Daniel. It is indeed. Hey, Dutch Moz, I see you here. Veronica says that's awesome. I would like to visit New York one day, says Daniel. You're in London. I would love to visit London soon. So yeah, I hope you do visit New York. It's pretty close. There's always flights from London to New York all the time, and they're pretty inexpensive, which is nice. At least I caught it live. Bad bun looks fun, says Dolores. Hey, I will find a shot to share with of your man bun, says Kay. Yeah, feel free to share Urbanness of the World. Any word about the Japanese streamer? Oh, I'm not sure. Japan just closed, Ronald. So there's a very popular Japanese streamer which I actually really enjoy watching. Only Japan Go. And unfortunately, I heard that Japan is closing, so I'm not sure if he's still visiting New York. So glad they were able to keep the lettuce fresh. They are. So very good, very fishy, very strong taste actually. Which means it's probably a good sole. Has a little bit of funk to it, similar to the sole of a shoe, because this is sole. It also has a little funk to it. It has some real soul in this funk as well. So triple soul. Duranda says don't like fishy fish. Yeah, it is a very fishy fish. If you're not a fan of fish, this one has a very strong taste to it. But I do enjoy it. And luckily they kept it pretty basic, so nothing is overwhelming anything else. It's very easy to swarm this with a bunch of mayo to cover that taste, but you don't want to cover it. It's actually really good. I'm hungry now, says Abs. I'm glad you are, Abs. That's good, great to hear. So really recommend it. That bao stand has great pork belly baos. And the dessert baos, I never tried them, but they do look really good. So, let me finish this one up. Every Wednesday and Saturday I have to eat with you, says Tapio. I've been covering a lot of food. If you're curious to see the farmer's market more relaxed and actually see more of the stands, a lot of these stands are the same as I already covered about a year ago. So watch my videos from last year if you want to see more of the stands here at the farmer's market or the Union Square one at the holiday market. And there I've done videos already of more specific showing you around. But this time around, since I've covered a lot of New York already, I'm doing more food, kind of showing it to all of you. A waitress says, I'll go back to pierogies to wash out the taste. try their fried chicken if you're more into non-fish. Dwayne says it's soul food. Indeed, it is soul food. Please tell me you have a rooftop view to the Rockefeller tree lighting tonight. No, I do not, Dutch. I do not. Wendy says you chopped end of one of your videos. Which one are you referring to? There was a video last week that ended abruptly, unfortunately. Any tamales places, Rose? There's a lot of tamale places in New York City. Not here in the Union Square, there's no tamale places. I'm sure you'll be able to find tamales in Manhattan. But in my opinion, the best tamale I've tried thus far in New York City has been a place called Maya Taqueria in Brooklyn, in Park Slope. And they have another one in Prospect Heights. Maya Taqueria. Maya. Like the Mesoamericans from Mexico. So yeah, it's pretty good. But there's other tamales. There's like a very famous tamale lady in Jackson Heights. Christine says you have a white nose because of the mayonnaise. Any plans on Friday, says Bodie. Wendy says the Sunnyside video ended abruptly. Oh no. That's not supposed to happen. That video I finished. I swear I did. I'm loving all this food talk and mad dinner. I hope I could come to New York and hang out with you, says Big Blue. If you see me in the street, I'm always happy to say hi for a few seconds. Sepwa says Bonar from Dutch Caribbean. Hey, Sepwa, welcome. All right, last bite. Wow, that's really good. So, for a unique place here, I would recommend the Korean dog because it's oh, Wendy says the philosophical chat on Friday. Yeah. Yes. I will let all of you know exactly what time. Probably around 3 p.m. So for uniqueness, I would try the Korean dog. But if you're here, just want to come to the holiday market, don't want to go to the actual places, the restaurants that the Salka has or the Bao Place has, then try those two places. They're really good. Are you streaming from iPhone app? Indeed I am. iPhone. Room for more yummy food? No. Now I need coffee. I gotta wait until this cools down so I can drink it at home later. Alright, let's continue walking. Barbara says, good day, my friend. Hey, member. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Geek, we do that often several times. And sometimes people still insist. We're referring to playing geek. Let's see. Barbara says you never wear a hat. I do, Barbara. When it's super sunny during the dead of summer in the middle of the Greek islands, then I do wear a hat. Or if it's super cold, I wear a beanie.
Just let them know that. Oh boy.
Today I watch you live because I'm homesick, says Teresa. Oh, Teresa. Hope you can come back to New York soon. 14th Street is changed, says Barbara. So right now we are on 17th Street. 14th Street is on the other side. It has indeed changed since now it's only bus lanes. But here 17th Street is pretty similar still. Laureen asks, is there Pokeballs bowls nearby? Yeah, there is. There is actually one of my favorite places is here. Pokeball right here, where they sell Pokeballs. Really good place. Pokeballs at Pokeballs.
But I wasn't making fun of her.
Impossible. No, nothing is impossible, ladies and gentlemen.
There are a couple places there.
One of my favorite chocolate places is here is Benki. Shown them many times. Happy Socks if you want all the socks you ever needed in your life. Across the street we have Scotch and Soda, which is my favorite place to shop right now. Love these guys. Kaiser says, somos novios in español. Is that the name of the song that the guy was singing? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, anything is possible. Te extrañamos mucho, dice Nomades. Ah, Nomades. Yo estoy aquí, no te preocupes. Qué bien que estás mirando. I'm here, don't worry. Going live. Hey, Nicole, nice to see you here. Here's Ole and Steen. It's a great this is a Danish place, and they sell very good Danish pastries. It's like the Danish Starbucks, you can think of it. And they actually have a really good coffee, which I do recommend, but I want to go to a different place. Barbara says it's not too cold outside. Oh, baby, it's cold outside. Ron says, Ariel, surviving the fall from the edge is impossible. Even that. They're, in the Empire State Building, unfortunately, in 1943, I think it was, 43, 44, a plane crashed right into the Empire State Building, the very, very top floors. It was the 80-something floor. And as it crashed, there was a woman who was on the elevator, and she couldn't escape on time. And the elevator did a free fall, 80 stories down. It crashed and she survived. It is the the tallest free-falling elevator crash that anyone has ever survived in history. 80 floors plus, give or take. Which is like a 900 feet, 700 feet, 7 to 900 feet, something along those lines. It's a crazy story. The woman had a bunch of injuries, but she survived and she lived until a very old age. Check out that story. The woman who fell from the elevator during the plane crash of the Empire State Building back in the 1940s. So yes, it is possible. No one has tried it from the edge, but I would say maybe, who knows, maybe. Crazier stuff has happened. Because remember, everyone, everything is possible. Welcome to 5th Avenue. All the shops here, H&M, Madewell, Banana Republic, Sephora, all the shops here. Anything's possible here when it comes to shopping. You want the makeup? It's right over here. ¿La tienes en medio de la altura? Eso es una buena pregunta, Manny. Me da miedo de la altura cuando veo algo que está solitariamente alto. So, arriba del monumento de Washington, eso sí, bien como... me siento bien temeroso porque está ahí en el medio de casi nada, está alto. So I do feel the fear of heights when I'm on top of a solitary structure that's super tall. The Washington Monument, I think, is the best example. It feels very frightening to be that tall, that high up, and not surrounded by anything else that's tall. If it's not in New York City, it doesn't exist, says Dr. Tachi. H&M clothes are more expensive in the U.S. due to taxes? That's a good question. I don't know for sure about H&M. I know that people here shop regardless in if they're coming from countries like China to spend less, especially in luxury goods. I don't know about H&M or the very low-cost fast fashion. That's a great question. I think Europe has the best rates in terms of luxury goods, I think the US is a bit more expensive. What were her injuries though, says Marina? Well, she broke both of her legs, I think both of her arms too. Everything she was able to recover, but she got beaten up pretty bad. Here it is, right there, right across the street, the coffee place. You guys want to have coffee? Is there a men's sample store? You know, I'm not too well versed in sample sales. I've only been to one sample sale in my life. It was an APC sample sale many years ago in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. I know that Cobble Hill, I think, has a few sample sales ongoing. That's an entire different world I don't know too much about. For people who don't know what sample sale is, it's basically when luxury brands sell a very steep decrease in cost. Sometimes because they are overstocked on something, or because the actual samples, they're not going to really use it for sale, so they rather just sell it off for a lot cheaper. All right, who wants coffee? Let me know. And speaking of, someone asked about high fashion or fashion in general, we're gonna have coffee that's made by the very hands of Ralph Lauren. Well, actually, his hands are probably not involved, but his name is on it. It is a cup of Ralph's. Ralph Lauren coffee, everyone. Do you enjoy your polos? Well, we're gonna have a coffee fit for a polo. Let's go inside. cup of Americano, please.
Americano, black.
Black. Small. Very small, little water.
It's gonna go in this one.
Yeah, just half of the water.
Half the water.
I like that you said you look like a Russian. I know you're not Russian, but you know what I'm getting at. You never finished the sentence. I have no clue what you're getting at. No, but I'll take it.
Like, you know how, like, cold
And the receipt, please.
it's like super bubbled up.
Yeah. I've always wanted one of those, you know, round.
Oh my god, the really big one. Americano.
Thank you.
De trabajo. Estás llegando tarde, tú al trabajo.
All right. So let me show you the crema, and I'll show you the cup. And the cup is beautiful, actually. Very nice. Whoa. And they're dressed in little Ralph Lauren clothes. Look at that. These bears are restyling. He's wearing a little Ralph Lauren crew neck sweater. Ralph Lauren flannel dress. Oh, this guy's wearing a Ralph Lauren cardigan. That's exactly the one I have. He has it in black. I have him in navy blue. Little Ralph Lauren tux. So everyone, coffee made by the bare hands of Ralph Lauren himself. Ralph Lauren picked these beans himself with his bare hands. Hey, Barbara says, I love to drink green tea. I'm so glad you love to drink green tea. The woman was so confused when I said I might like it short. She was like, but we're gonna serve it in the cup. So for coffee talk, if anyone doesn't know, if you order Americano, which is 2 shots of espresso with some steamed water, hot water, you can ask for a short. In Europe, it automatically comes short. It means that they just maybe add a cup of water less, half a cup of water. They add a half cup of water, you're done. That's the norm in Italy, in France, also pretty much in England, and also pretty much in Ireland as well. Straightforward, they'll just give you a small bit of water. In the more Americanized places in those countries, they might give you the full cup and fill up all of the water. But here, it is not common to have a short Americano. So usually you have to ask for it short. If you ask for a regular Americano, they're going to fill up the entire cup with water. If you ask for a tall size, they're going to put the same amount of coffee, 2 shots of espresso, but they're going to give you even more water. That's usually the case here in the US. The thing is, unfortunately, these might be made by the bare hands from Ralph Lauren, but it seems like the people there are not really like baristas by profession, so they don't know the full coffee talk. So they didn't quite know what I meant by a short Americano. All right, let's try this out. I had these guys before, really did enjoy it, and I can't wait to try it out. Huge tour bus, covered in Spider-Man No Way Home poster. So I'm gonna sip on this coffee and then we're gonna walk over to Madison Square Garden and see if there's a Christmas tree there, which I heard there was. What is your pendant? My pendant is jade green pendant. It was taken from the mask of a dead Mayan king from Tikal, from the Museum of Anthropology. Chipped away from the mask, put onto this pendant. No, I'm joking. I did not. This is not from a ancient Mayan mask. Though there is an ancient Mayan mask, and that's the reason I bought it. I was so impressed by the ancient jade Mayan mask that I saw at the Museum of Anthropology that I wanted to so badly show it to you on live video, but there was no reception in the basement level where they had it, and it was too dark that I didn't even bother filming a TikTok. But I was personally very impressed, and I ended up getting a similar jade color for the Mayan kings of yore. Very good. It's very good. It's more of a classic style. Super cool. Love it, says Wendy. Oh, thank you so much. Susie says you're pulling all of our 300 legs. I love your cardigan necklace too. I'm so glad you like my cardigan. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm wearing a Scotch and soda cardigan, which is I love it. Very nice. It matches perfectly with the jacket. So Ron, I hope this community is still, you're still enjoying it. Barbara, nice to see you here. 420 says, Susie, but just wanted to meet you and say hello. Hey Morgan, welcome. We have 420 people tuning in. Oh, keep your clothes on for now, says Susie. I will, Susie. I am English and I love to drink tea, says Barbara. Oh, I'm glad, Barbara. That's nice to hear. When you said coffee talk, I thought coffee talk with Linda Richmond. I don't know who she is. That's great outfit, says Dr. Tachi. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Tachi. I appreciate that. So fast, says Cyprian. Yeah, it is. So, very good coffee. It is more kind of classic style. I guess they did it on purpose because Ralph Lauren is all about kind of classical American sportswear, and the coffee actually reflects that. It actually does taste like a very classic blend of coffee, so it is more akin to a very good cup of diner coffee, not terrible diner coffee, but a good cup of diner coffee. It tastes more of that style. It tastes more of if Starbucks was just a tad better. It's like a little bit better than Starbucks. It has that similar taste to it. What did you wear for your Tim Gunn interview, says S. Fields? I wore, many of you saw my autumnal Miami Vice outfit from a few weeks ago when there was a crazy thunderstorm and I went to an Italian restaurant. So I wore a sports jacket with the sweater with the knitted flower pattern on it. I had my flower mask. And I felt great. I did not get complimented by the style, nor did he look at it in the negative way either. But I did get complimented. He told me very seriously towards the end. It was about an hour we spent working together. He said, "You're very easy to work with." He said that very straight, looking straight into my eyes in a very serious way. It felt very honest. I was like, oh wow, cool. I'm glad I'm easy to work with. That's awesome to hear. So Tim Gunn said I was very easy to work with. And he does a lot of TV, so that's quite a compliment in terms of filmmaking. He was probably evaluating your outfit internally. Yes, I was not going to ask him that because I usually don't ask people what they think of my outfit unless if it's someone very close to me. A lovely compliment, says Dolores. That's a huge compliment coming from him. It was, yeah, because he's constantly interviewed, he's constantly being filmed. So I found that very, very generous compliment. I'm thinking you have looked totally gorgeous, says Susie. Oh, thank you so much. You look so good. I thought you were going to the casual professional look. No, it's not my style. I don't do professional looks. I haven't done too many fancy formal wear yet. When I get nominated for the Oscar, then I'll wear a cool tuxedo. But I don't do too much formal wear. I don't really like business wear at all. It's not my thing. Ron says he was intimidated by you. Okay, so bodes well for the future. It does indeed, Eibel. A very warm summer's day here in Australia. I guess you could say that you made it work. Yeah, I could have. That would have been very interesting. He probably has heard that joke in countless different ways. I would not doubt it. Nice jacket, nice scarf. Thank you so much, Ethan. I appreciate that. Where can I see the interview? So I'll confirm once I know 100% that's going to be up. I tend not to speak so soon. I'm very excited. So it will be at the Rise New York. It'll be at the Rise New York exhibition, which opens on December 15th. Tickets are on sale now, and you'll be seeing my documentary there. But once I see it myself with my very two eyes, I will let all of you know once again how you can search out. I'll give out the link. ¿Cuál es el mejor café de los que ha probado? Nomades, el mejor café que yo he probado en Nueva York. Eso sí es una pregunta difícil, porque hay muchos cafés bien buenos, pero yo creo que el café que me ha más impresionado eso sí es una buena pregunta. El café en Italia me ha impresionado tanto, pero el café aquí en Nueva York era uno de los mejores cafés que yo he probado. Se llama Cobrick Coffee. Cobrick, que está localizado en Lower East Side. So it's a very hard question to answer what's the best coffee in New York. Coffee in Italy has always left a massive impression on me every single time. Coffee in Italy it's something so special and so unique. Here in New York City, I would say the best coffee, in my opinion, is Cobrick Coffee. It's probably one of the better ones I've tried in New York City. I've had a few that have blown me away. It's not on the top of my head right now. The one that's consistently good is Ground Central. Has an amazing cold brew coffee. Watching you is good enough, says Faith. I'm so glad, Faith. Athena says, will you marry me? And Wendy says, no. He's mine. Cuando vengas a Buenos Aires, me encantaría. Hay un café que seguro te gustaría. A mí me encantaría probar ese café. Ese nombre es OSS Café. Ah, qué bien, Nomás. Nomás is recommending a great cafe, coffee shop in Buenos Aires. been interested in getting a Hawaiian shirt thanks to 1 year watching you. Yes, highly recommend it. They're fun. JC left a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, JC. JC says, when are you going to take us to the beautiful and historic Old San Juan? I want to show you soon, Old San Juan. So stay tuned. I will be showing it to you all soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm excited to go. I was going to go in December, but because of this very important job that I'm treating up with the utmost care and being available here in New York, because by pure happenstance, I got called to interview Tim Gunn. That's why I've been staying here in New York for that job. And then the secondary reason is because of Christmas here in New York City is just awesome on live video. But stay tuned. I'll be doing it in Puerto Rico soon. Thank you so much for the generous $20 super chat. That's so kind of you, JC. Ladies, I think he'll marry my Scottish niece, says Susie. How did you learn Spanish, Ricky? My first language is Spanish. I learned English at 4 years old. Hey, all right, let me drink a little bit and then we'll continue walking around. Kay says sorry, ladies, but it's me. Do I need to post a Bachelor Urbanist Edition? Let me know. So, you want to hear one cool thing that happened to me while I was with Tim Gunn? Let me know if you want to hear about it. I wish I could have caught this on video. It was something I did not expect at all, not even the least bit with Tim Gunn, but I will let all of you know if you want to know. Athena says, it's a $19 super chat. Hey, Athena, now when your faith, marry me, says Athena. Thank you, Athena, for the $20 super chat. I am not like other men in the U.S. who get married to exchange for a green card. There's women who provide that service, men who provide that service, which is very funny. Thank you so much for the €20 super chat. Yes, as I missed the interview, says Lori. Do you like gingerbread? I do like gingerbread. Yeah. I wish you much deserved success, says Renee. Thank you so much, Renee. So if you're wondering why kind of we're sitting down, doing live videos that are a little bit more casual, why you're not showing us the sites, I have a very long, big library of the sites. And then I'm still doing TikTok videos as well. So you'll learn about the sites in the short videos as well. So follow me on TikTok or Facebook. I post them there, sometimes on Instagram as well. Otherwise, you'll be seeing more history, more sites, and more landmarks starting January 2022, wherever I go, you'll be seeing cool places. But in the meantime, we're taking it very chill this December, enjoying very calmly, kind of just hanging out. But I still provide valuable travel information if you listen long enough. So, Tim Gunn, I got introduced by the producer who hired me, cool guy, and he introduced me to Tim Gunn, saying that I was very popular on TikTok. And Tim Gunn was like, oh wow, so cool. And he also introduced me as a guy who specializes in making fashion documentaries. So I was, the Tim Gunn was immediately impressed. Tim Gunn has that type of personality though, so it was really awesome that I got introduced in such a kind way, saying that I was very well known on TikTok and it was very, very big, and I made fashion documentaries. And Tim Gunn was like, oh wow, that's so cool. Then we go outside and we're starting to film. And the production company was very worried that Tim Gunn was going to be swarmed by people. Swarm may be a strong word, because Tim Gunn is definitely famous, but he's not like Harry Styles or Tom Holland or something like that, but he's very famous. So people were worried, the production company was going to be worried because I wanted to do a shot, which you'll see in the documentary, of him walking in the city. The shot I wanted in a very crowded area of the city. And they were like, oh, maybe we should go to an empty area because he's going to get stopped over. But I was confident that people weren't going to bother us. So we go to this crowded area on the city street. It's very hectic. It starts snowing. And Tim Gunn has to memorize something I wrote for him to use for the documentary. And he was very good at remembering it. And he followed my directions very well. It was cool directing Tim Gunn. And as we were starting to film, someone starts, and I was like, oh shit, okay, someone came for Tim Gunn. Okay, all right, now a fan has come. And it's like, and I'm like, hey, just to try to like wave her goodbye. And she's like, Ariel, I love your TikToks. I kind of look at Tim Gunn, and Tim Gunn looks like, who's this guy? And it was very lovely. A random TikTok follower said hi. I missed her name, but she said hi. She was very lovely. And, and she said hi to me. And I was shocked. I thought Tim Gunn was going to be stopped first. It made me feel really good. Also, of course, I don't want to sound like I'm gloating, but goddamn, that was really fun. I gotta admit that I got spotted in front of Tim Gunn by pure happenstance. That blew me away. And Tim Gunn gave the look of like, who's this guy? In a positive way. It's like, oh wow, who's this guy? Then, just immediately thereafter, as I joked around, I told Tim Gunn, I was like, I did not expect that. I thought you would be spotted first. And then immediately thereafter, a girl pops by, hey, and it's for Tim Gunn. So it was really cool. We both got spotted at the same time. I got spotted first, and then immediately thereafter, there was another woman who said hello to Tim specifically. So that was really cool. Nomada says, oye, chat, bien divertido. JD says, that's super duper cool. Susie says, that's evidence of your popularity. Kay says, that's a great story. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I got recognized before Tim Gunn. There was a fame off, as S. Bodie just said. There was a fame off, and I won. No, it was very nice, very nice. But luckily, we were able to do the shot, and he wasn't stopped. He was only stopped twice by the woman who immediately saw me after the other girl who said hi to me. And then there was another guy who said hi. But luckily, we were able to get the shot without being bothered too much. Love to see you interview with Robert De Niro, says Mark. I don't know. You talking to me? Mark, I would love to walk around with De Niro. That'd be so cool. Sean says, cool man. Oye, chat muy divertido. Nomad says the chat's very fun. That's an older documentary though. Equally fascinating. That's a great story. Love it when it happens, says S. Bodie. JD says it was recognizing you. That's awesome. You know when someone waves in your line of sight and you think they're waving at you and you start waving back? This happens a lot. This happened to me a few times, like in high school or in college. Because, you know, you get to meet a lot of people in high school and college, so you never know that you might have met this person. So you start waving at you, and then you start waving back. And then you notice, oh no, they're not waving at you, they're waving at a person right behind you. I did not want to be that person in front of Tim Gunn. So I saw that woman waving at me. I did not want to assume she was waving at me. So I was like, okay, it was for Tim. And Susie says that's awkward. Yeah. All right, let's continue walking around. Tu TikTok es maravilloso. Gracias. Agradezco. Noah says my TikTok is marvelous. Thank you. walk to our final stop today at Madison Square Madison Square Park, I mean. Let me know if you have any questions about New York City. I'll just answer Seat's question real quick. What celebrity / famous person would you geek out for? Geek out is a great question. I've geeked out with James Cameron. I can tell all of you the story. Some of you have heard it before. If you want the story, I'll tell it once again once we get to Madison Square. But someone else I would geek out for. I know it's very important to maintain good composure. Meeting someone of renown, it's good to maintain good composure because geeking out can be very uncomfortable. And I have encountered that a few times, and it is a bit uncomfortable. So I know how it feels. You can sometimes feel geeking out that is kind-hearted and actually genuinely excited and upbeat and fun. But then there's sometimes the geeking outs that feel like they're more of a need for approval, which is totally okay. Everyone has a different life. But yeah, they can be a bit uncomfortable sometimes. I luckily have experienced that very few times in my life. But I know celebrities experience that a whole lot. So I try, if I ever meet someone like that, I try not to do that, even if I am blown away by them. I think the only person I would be really deeply blown away, there's a few, would be Hugh Jackman. I'll be really blown away to meet. I think I'll be pretty damn nervous if I were to meet Steven Spielberg. I'll be a bit nervous. Maybe. Steven Spielberg would probably be either I'll be very nervous or surprisingly calm. I'll actually be way more nervous meeting like a female celebrity like Anne Hathaway or Felicity Jones. I would just be Kate Beckinsale. I'll be very nervous if I were to meet them. I wouldn't geek out, but I would be nervous. I did not geek out meeting Bill Clinton, but I was excited, says Susie. Oh, so cool. We understand you're a professional and you can geek out on the inside. Geek out, yeah, but geek out, I would geek out with Darren Aronofsky, the director. But he's a very calm guy. I would be very intimidated meeting him. He seems like a very intense guy, Darren Aronofsky. Spielberg seems someone like who's cool, but Darren Aronofsky, I would be a bit intimidating meeting him. I actually would have a hard time not geeking out with like Kevin Feige, the executive producer of all the Marvel movies, including the ones that are not part of Marvel Studios, like X-Men and a few others, Blade. I would geek out with him significantly. All right, I gotta connect my battery. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to connect my battery. I stayed talking here too long. You guys are too damn interesting. Stop being good conversationalists. We gotta get the show on the road. Making such good conversation. I was sad when he died. Who died? Stephen Sondheim? It would have been a pleasure meeting him. I was always very tempted to reach out to Stephen Sondheim because he seemed like an interesting person that might have said yes to an interview. Mater says, more power. With great power comes great responsibility, okay? So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Great power comes great responsibility. So what will you do with this responsibility? I'm about to power up my iPhone. Will you be responsible? Let me know. Did you have pasteles on Thanksgiving? I did not this year. Yes. But I think in Christmas I will. JD says I wasn't prepared for all this power pressure. Well, JD, it's on, and there's quite a big responsibility. We're walking right now on battery power, and this tour is extended. Pressure's on. Johnny Depp and Hugh Jackman for comedian Baby Fluffy, says CT Julia. Hey Julia, thank you so much. Let us know, what celebrity would you either geek out or fawn over for? Let us know if you meet them in person. We will keep being awesome and always keep on exploring, Vader. No, that's the spirit. Where are we off to now? We are off to the yellow brick road. We're gonna go all the way to Madison Square Park, which is a very, very long walk of 2 minutes. Right over here on the other side of the Flatiron. Yep, this is the Flatiron. But wait a minute, it looks a bit square. Well, it's square from this side. It's more triangular on the other side. But yeah. Orksy would go crazy for Jessica Alba. I was pretty excited to meet John Cusack, says Dolores. Oh, cool that you met John Cusack. Was it in Ireland? Oh, that's kind of cool. I would love to meet John Cusack. He seems like a cool guy. My dream is to meet Steven Tyler. Oh yeah, Steven Tyler. Another cool guy. Would you mind telling me the James Cameron story? I'll tell it to you once we get to Madison Square Park. Let me get to Madison Square Park. I'm not the openly geeking out type. Says Susie. Wendy says Brad Pitt, please. Okay, we'll do a live video with Brad Pitt soon. Stay tuned. Yes, it was the Crown Bar in Belfast. So cool. Yeah, so many actors now are in Belfast because of all the studios and the sets and filming. I met the lead singer of the band Chicago, says Susie. Ooh, cool. Ah, that's really cool. So here's the Harry Potter store. I'll be coming back here to do another live video, separate live video. Stay tuned. I'll come back for Harry Potter. I met Al Pacino and Robert De Niro on the film set. Ooh, cool. Says DS. I'll probably geek out over Ariel Vieira and Beyonce. Actually, who's this Ariel Vieira you're talking about? Beyonce, that's so cool. Probably need an ambulance if I see Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna do a live video with Beyonce and Leo. Stay tuned. Dolores says Ashley's referring to the executive producer. Yeah, of course. I cannot dare to presume it was me. I met up with Drew Barrymore, but then what do you refer to? Kiana was in Winnipeg, says Sean, in January '95. Oh, cool. Doing a Shakespeare play. Oh, that's awesome. You saw him live? I met J.K. Rowling at a few parties, says Susie. Really? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, J.K. Rowling is she Scottish? I know she wrote the book Harry Potter in Scotland, at least the first one. I think she lives in Scotland, but she's Scottish. Let me know, Susie. Thomas, have you met a celebrity on the street? I rarely ever say hi to a celebrity. I've said hi maybe twice in my life to a celebrity that's just been strolling around. Not celebrities. I've said hi to internet people who are famous from online. But I've met James Cameron because he was at a Titanic Blu-ray signing. Met recently Tim Gunn. Who else have I met? I haven't met too many people. I've seen Justin Timberlake, Tom Hardy, Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City. Have I seen anyone else? I've seen a few other people. Just can't think of it right now. So where is this Christmas tree? Is there a Christmas tree here? I was told that there was a Christmas tree. Oh, Susie, yeah, you met Anderson Cooper a few years ago. That's so cool. Girl in the curl says, I just ran in and slammed that like button. Oh, thank you so much for slamming that like button. Look at Shake Shack, how beautifully decorated it is. Wow. Janina says, I met German people. You might not know them. Oh, that's okay. But have you met the ultimate German actor, Christoph Waltz? That'd be the coolest. So right here is the Flatiron Building. Where's this Christmas tree? Is there a Christmas tree? I saw so many photos about this Christmas tree. Oh! Here it is. It's so small. These trees are so huge. They're so gigantic. I was expecting something taller than the trees here. This tree is I could carry this home. This is a puny tree. I could just put this in my backpack. Come on, guys. At least a 200-foot tree here. A redwood tree. Important tree. They could at least have done that, but no. Susie says we're spoiled by the Rockefeller Center tree. Indeed we are. It's a very nice tree. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's a lot bigger. It would not fit in the house, silly, says the girl in the curl. I don't know what. Girl in the curl. I'm not sure if you know. I live in one of those Fifth Avenue mansions. I can fit this in the courtyard of the Fifth Avenue mansion. Be better on night, yeah. Be better at night. Yeah, I think a lot of the things are closed, but yeah, this is the tree. It's cool. I like it. I like that they put a tree here. It's nice. Last year there was no tree. Join us for the 109th annual tree lighting. I don't remember a tree here before. Let me know. Has there been a tree here before? I don't remember them. Merck says, I met former heavyweight wrestling champion Greg Gone. Okay. So the tree lighting is on December 9th at 4 to 5:30 p.m. All right. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. It's been 109 times here. That's crazy. Girl in the curl. Yeah, it says it's 109 times. Yeah. I'm surprised. Slight improvement over last year, at least, says S. Bodie. Yeah. I don't remember a tree from last year. And I've done so many videos in this area. So if you want to learn about all these buildings, I have a tour up on YT and FB. You can search them up. It's called Secrets of Madison Square Park. I have like 2 videos about it. Check them out. I talk about all the architecture of this area. Bryant Park, the first location that had a Shake Shack. It is indeed. It's so beautiful. This is dedicated to Tomek and David. Tomek and David. Oh, wow. Well, this is a nice bench. Bench review time for the last part of this live video. This is a nice bench. No tree. Oh, there is a tree above us, so it might not be so good in summertime for bird poo reasons. But this is fall, this is winter, so we'll rate it for winter. It's nice with all the trees changing colors here. Gorgeous, look at that, wow. Surrounded by one of the most beautiful architecture of New York City, in my opinion. This is one of the best parks to see the most beautiful architecture of New York. We see this building that actually predates St. Mark's Tower in Venice because it collapsed and then they had to rebuild it later. This one was built between the collapse. We have Earl the squirrel right down there hiding some donuts. We have the Empire State Building. Oh my God, this is perfection right here. Truly a great bench. Great backside. Great backside. There is a nice little ridge over here. Look at that. Wow. So kind of great for your behind. I'm behind how I feel in the behind over here. And having a snack of grapes and cheese, says Girl in the Curl. I'm so glad. And I love Earl. Yeah, Earl's hanging out right behind me, right here. So I would give this bench a This is among the better benches in New York. I'm rating it specifically for winter because you can see the actual architecture. It might be different during summer. It will be different during summer. So I would give this a very strong 8.9 out of 10. 8.9. Yeah. Tina says Ariel would look nice on that bench with me. I was in far out. I said 8.5. Oh, you guys are harsh. All right. Esfield says there's something about your smile today. Oh, I'm glad. It's the coffee, Esfields. So, for people who want to know how I met James Cameron, he was doing a signing for Titanic. And some of you already heard this story before, but a few people have asked to hear it again. He was doing a signing of Titanic for the re-release of the Blu-ray. And I went there, and I really enjoyed it. Though, when he was doing his talking part, because he went up and chatted a little bit, well, it was supposed to be he was supposed to chat about Titanic. He actually ended up chatting about Avatar 3, 4, and 5. This was already about 9-10 years ago. No, not 9 years ago. 7. I was 24. Okay, yeah. So quite a few years ago. And he was talking about Avatar 3, 4, and 5. He did not even mention Avatar 2. When I heard him speak about Avatar 3, 4, and 5, I thought to myself, wow, this guy, he's so far ahead of the game. He's not even talking about Avatar 2, which still hasn't come out yet. It was supposed to come out this year, and it was delayed yet another year. So, yet we haven't had Avatar 2. And he already had 3, 4, and 5 in mind. So I go up to the signing, and he's signing it alongside his producer, who produced all of his films. Titanic, Avatar, and he's also responsible for producing one of the best children's films like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and many others. And I go and get my DVD signed, and I am blown away by James Cameron. But that day, he points at me, James Cameron. Before I even approach him, he's like, "Hey, you look like a Civil War general meets Wolverine." He points at me directly, saying it super loud. James Cameron is a guy who speaks with resonance, so anytime he speaks, it captures attention. And I was stunned. And the reason he said that was because that time I did decide to do something crazy with my facial hair, and I had a beard, but I shaved just the chin part. So I had all this shaven, and I just had the beard. So I had mutton chops in essence. So a classic like Civil War beard going on. And that's exactly what he said. He complimented my beard. And saying that it kind of looked like Wolverine. I mean, that was super high compliment. So I was already stunned. I go get my DVD signed. I approach him, shake his hand. And his hand was the firmest handshake of my entire life. And I told him, as I was shaking his hand, I told him, "It's because of you, I always wanted to be a filmmaker." And he looks at me excitedly. He's like, "Oh, cool. What have you directed?" And at that time, I was a bit sad when he asked me that, a bit embarrassed because I directed nothing. And I said very embarrassedly, got very red. I was like, "Oh, I haven't directed anything." And he looks at me straight in the eye. And he says, "Oh, don't worry. You will." How can I argue against James Cameron? Because of him, I am now liable to direct a feature film. Like, I have to do it. There's no excuse now. Yes, it's taken me a little bit of a while, but I still don't have an excuse. I still got to get it done because he said it that confidently. I felt he had more confidence in me than I had in myself. So I was blown away. I was so blown away that once he signed it, I was stunned that I went over next to him, the producer, and I was going to say to the producer, I really love all the films he produced. I wanted to compliment him on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and those movies, because those movies were truly great kids films. But I couldn't speak. So his name is Landau, John Landau? I keep forgetting his name. He has a very unique name. I hand over the DVD copy, the Blu-ray copy, and I'm like, and the guy just looks at me, the producer is like, "Okay." Takes the DVD, signs it, hands it over to me. I was like, I just keep walking away. I had no words. That the poor producer guy was so confused why I was completely just like catatonic at that point. So that's how I met James Cameron, and it was a beautiful, beautiful moment. Athena says it was a hairy handshake. He's not too much of a hairy guy. Very strong handshake. Very strong. Very, very strong handshake. Very strong eye contact too. That guy has very true masculine energy. Presence. Too much. The guy is just super confident, he knows who he is and radiates that. Wow, what a great story. Morgan says you. Oh, thank you so much, Morgan. I appreciate that. And yeah, he did not say it as some people might say naturally, like, oh yeah, don't worry, you're gonna direct something. People say that to be nice, of course, or they might mean it, but they say it more kind of politely. No, the way he said it, he looked at me directly, and he might have said that to many people, of course, but it felt very special to me, so it was nice. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the super chat. Faith, thank you, and Morgan and everyone, thank you so much for your super chats. As I mentioned, I have a massive library of history videos of New York and tours, including this one here at Madison Square Park. I have videos about Shake Shack as well, if you want to learn about Shake Shack. I have videos about Italy too, if you want to learn about Italy. Inside, right over here, is the Italian supermarket. Lots of great videos you can see in my back catalog. I'm taking it easy, kind of going more relaxed on these videos for Christmas, for December, until we go to a new location. You'll be seeing more walking tours and more history and more mysteries of places. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.